मम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरकृष्णे नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासवि गौरभक्तवृन्द। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थे सुविज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया। मनश्च भद्रं भजतादधोक्षजे आविश्यतां नो मतिरप्यहैतुकी। We are reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 28, verse number 12. So we read when Nanda Maharaj was kidnapped by the servant of Varuna, and then Krishna went to fetch him, and when he went there he was received and worshipped by Varuna, which astonished his father Nanda Maharaj. So when he returned, he gave the news to everybody, because everybody was curious where did he went, what happened. So they were all very pleased and happy and also astonished at the greatness of Krishna, and they asked him what will happen to them after death, or who are they, what they are doing here, etc. So Swanam Gatim. So he wanted apina swagatim sukshmam upadhasyadishvara. So, what is their gati or destination? This is what they wanted to know. So we did sloka number 11, right? So this is 12. Bhushan, your hand is up or it's just a mistake?
Mr. Pranams, I have a question from last class if I may ask. Babaji, unfortunately I have developed a doubt which I cannot resolve. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is comparing Nanda Maharaj and elder Gopas to Arjun and Vasudeva and Devaki. Although Nanda Maharaj and others had seen the wonderful superhuman activities of Krishna, but they did not see Krishna's four-handed form or Krishna's great form which Krishna showed to Arjuna. The doubt is if would they still have the same would they still have that love if they actually had seen Krishna's Aishwarya form?
They will not believe that this is Krishna.
Okay.
Because for them Krishna does not have four hands. So if Krishna manifests, they will think it's somebody else. Or they are not seeing Krishna. It's like Yashoda saw the whole universe in Krishna's mouth. So she didn't believe that this is Krishna. She said, this is some Maya. Kimut Deva Maya. Or is it my Vyamoha? Am I confused? So if Krishna comes in front of them with four hands, they will think, what is this? Is something wrong with my eyes? Like sometimes you see one object as to put a finger in your eye.
When the gopis saw the forearm for Namaste Narayana, where is Krishna?
Yeah, they won't believe it.
Thank you.
First of all, it's very difficult for Krishna to have four arms in front of them. He doesn't have that power because their love is so great. So he can do that. But if he did, they won't accept it. Iti swanam sa bhagavan vidyaya khildrik swayam sankalpa siddhaye tesham kripya datta chintayat. So, Bhagavan Swayam Swanam Sankalpam Vidya. So, understanding the wish, the desire of his devotees, Bhagavan Swayam Akhildrik. So, here he is called Bhagavan because he has to do something more than a human being. And who is Akhildrik, who knows everything, is omniscient. So to fulfill their desire, Sankalp Shraddha Tesam, and out of grace on them, he thought as follows, Etada Chintayat. Alright. So therefore Krishna, he heard the request of the Vrajvasis and he decided as follows. Now the electricity came, now we start.
Generator is fine, without generator is fine.
You can turn on this window there. Iti evam bhutam swanam jyatinam sankalpam vidyaya swayam tu akhilam brahmanubhav sukham vaikunthavas sukham brajbhumi prem sukham cha pashyati janata iti akhiladrik. So hearing in this way, swanam means his friends, relatives, gyati. Sankalpam vidyaya, knowing their wish, their desire, what they want. So he thought as follows. And then he is being described here that he is Swayam, Bhagavan and Akhildrik. So what does Akhildrik here specifically means? That he knows the pleasure of Brahman, pleasure of Vaikuntha, how does it feel to live in Vaikuntha, and Vraj Prema Sukham, and also the bliss of love of Vrindavan. So he knows, because he wants them to see these two things, Brahmananda, and then Vaikuntha Ananda, and Vraj Premananda. स्वपरिकर प्रेम तारतम्येन तत्सान्निध्ये ऐश्वर्य आवरण तारतम्यवत्वे अपि तदानीं लीला शक्ति प्रेरणावशादेव संपूर्ण सर्वज्ञत्व उदयात्. So he manifests his Aishwarya or his Madhurya according to the prema of his devotees. Swaparikar prema tartamya. Human beings also do like that. You reciprocate with people according to what type of relationship they have with you. In family, at job, outside. When you go to office, you deal in one way. When you come home, you deal another way. You go outside, deal another way. So here, of course, we cannot change our abilities, but Krishna can manifest and unmanifest his potency, his shaktis, and can be just a different person totally. So he says, Tat Sanidhye Aishwarya Avarana Tartamya Vatvepi. So therefore, in association of Brajvasis, his Aishwarya is covered, Avarana Tartamya, because of their prema. But now, because of the inspiration of his Leela Shakti, his Aishwarya in the form of omniscience became manifest, because he has to show this to them. Gopanam teshantu tat prema madhurye kanikaya api brahma sukha vaikuntha sukhyor nichini kritatvepi tesham narlilatvena mugdhanam sankalp siddhaye tat sankalpitam brahma sukham vaikuntha sukham cha tan anubhavishyan idam achintyat. As far as the cowherd people are concerned, they have so much love for Krishna that the Brahmananda or the bliss of Vaikuntha is insignificant to the Ananda which they experience here, because everything is much inferior in comparison to the Madhurya, sweetness of Vraj Prema. But because they are now in Nar-Līlā here, so they are also like human beings here on earth. People generally want moksha, they want to go to Vaikuntha. Vraj is very rare. Knowledge of Vraj is not there. So therefore he says that they are also appearing as if they are mugdha, bewildered, means they are not thinking that we are Vrajvasis, we are the best, we are the highest, we have the topmost love. They are not thinking like that. Thinking like any other earthly beings. So therefore they wanted to have experience of Brahma Sukha and Vaikuntha Sukha. So Krishna, he wants to make them experience this. So he thought as follows. So this is what he said, or he is thinking in his mind. Jano vai loka etasmin avidya kam karma bhi uccha vachastu naгаtishu naveda swam gatim brahman. So Jano vai loke etasmin. So he says that people here in this world, and here he is specifically referring to Vrajvasis, says avidya kam karma bhi uccha vachashu gatishu na veda. So they do not know the high and low situations because of avidya kama karma. So avidya kama karma is important factor here in the material world. People have avidya, Then because of avidya, there is dosha in the form of kama, krodha, etc. And then from that comes pravritti. You act on the basis of the desires, and then that gives rise to bondage here in the material world, and then you suffer. So that is the vidya kama karma. And being bewildered by that, one is not knowing what is my destination after death. So urdhvam gachanti sattvastha madhye tishtanti rajasa jaghanya guna vrittistha adho gachanti tamasa. So ucha high and avacha low. So gatishu na veda swam gatim brahman. So while wandering here, they do not know their own gati. Swam gatim na veda. So either you can think that Krishna is speaking this for people in general, or he is speaking about Brajvasis. Then you have to think that considering them as part of Rāsa-līlā, he is talking like that. Because they are also considering themselves as normal human beings. Since Brajvasis were thinking like this, so then he thought, okay, this is how they are thinking, that they are also under the influence of avidya, kama, karma. So then he also speaks like that. So janaha prastutatva matpitradi brajvasi. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur takes the word jana for the brajvasis. Etasmin bhurloke. So here in this earthly planet, avidya, so they are under the influence of avidya. What is that avidya for them? Like anybody else, we don't know who we are, so they also don't know who they are. Right? Parallel. So they also don't know that they are eternal associates of Krishna. So Atma Swarupa Jnanam. So they have ignorance about their own Swarupa. Tataha Kama, from there comes desire. What will happen to me? Where will I go? And Tataha Karma, from there you do karma. Tata Ucha Avachasu Gatishu Varunadi Devaloka Gata Sukhashvarya Mahishu Bhuloka Gata Manushya Tiriyagadi Dukha Anashvarya Mahishu Cha Drishtasu. So they know that now he went to Varuna Devata, so that is a higher place. He came and told everybody, so they also know. And they have experience of here on earth, that there are different species of life, animals, birds, beasts, human beings, and they are suffering dukkha and ashvarya. So they have suffering and conditioned on ashvarya. They are not Ishwaras. So Brahman wandering here, what is this? Narlilatvadeva svesham sansarikatva buddhya brahmam prapnuvan. So Brahman here means that they are in illusion because they are part of Rāsa-līlā and they are thinking that we are also conditioned here in the material world. Swam gatim sarvairapi durlabham vartmanam swapadvim na veda. So swam gatim here means that their own position, who they actually are, which is most rare to achieve, they do not know. Yadayam mat pita varunulokam gatas tatratyam maikimeva sampadam drishtva nikhula vaikuntha saramapi vrindavanam tasmadapi nyunam manyate. So why is he thinking like this? He says, my father went to Varunuloka. Then he came back here. So he is talking about how opulent, how wonderful Varunaloka is. He says there is nothing higher than Vrindavan. He is my father. I am Swam Bhagavan Akhal Drik. But he is praising Varuna's opulence. So what can I say? So therefore he is in Brahma. He is in delusion. Confused. Cannot understand his fortune. So he is seeing, he saw the opulence of Varunaloka, and here this is Nikhil Vakuntha Saramapi. This is the most or the highest Vakuntha, all the Vakunthas. But he is thinking that this is lower than Varunaloka, this Vrindavan. Tasmadapi Nyunam Manyate. He is thinking this is inferior to Varunaloka. So why is that? Says because he is Mugdha. Yatha Mugdha Kaschit Kritrim Muktaya Akara Tejaha Saushtava Drishtya Labdha Chamatkaro Vastavan Arghya Muktam Tato Nyunam Veti. He says just like there is imitation jewelry, there is a fake pearl necklace made from fake pearls, so that looks very shiny, more shiny than the real ones. So one does not know the distinction and praises the artificial one. That look, how this must be very expensive. And the real one doesn't think that this is inferior. So like they are thinking like this now, because those things which are not real, they are more attractive. They have to be made more attractive, otherwise who will buy them? So then people buy. So imitation is more attractive than the real one. Tathaiva brahmadi durlabha charana renum mapi atmano varakad varunadapi nikrishtaneva manyate. So he says brahmadi durlabha charana renum api atmano varakad varunadapi. So he says that this dust of Vrindavan, or dust from the feet of Nanda Maharaj, or dust from the feet of Krishna, is not available even to people like Brahma. Brahmadi Durlabh. Brahma was also praying that I can also be born here, some creeper in some forest. Sangri Renu Jasam Api Shyam. Dhava also prayed like that. Some dust can fall on my head. So Brahmadi Durlabha Charan Renum Api Atmano Varakad Varunadapi Nikrishtan. So he is thinking himself as inferior to this petty Varuna, the insignificant Varuna who has no value. But he is thinking he is great, he is so wonderful. And we are inferior, Atmana. Tatheva nityam aswadyamanam manam mahamadhurya madvishyak putradi bhavmaya premito api mukti vakuntha lokau adhikau manyate. And therefore now they are eternally relishing Nityam Aswadyamanam Mahamadhurya, the supreme sweetness of Krishna as being son of Nanda Maharaj, or being friend, or different relationships they all have. So they are all relishing this wonderful prema in relationship with Krishna, which no one else has the possibility even in their dreams, because they are thinking to get one dust particle. But now they are thinking that mukti is superior to this, or Vaikuntha Sukha is superior to this. So mukti Vaikuntha Lokau Adhukau Manyate. Nanda Maharaj is thinking, I wish we could be having some place like Varuna Loka. So tau khalu mad adhina deva natu tayor aham adhina. So he says this mukti and Vaikuntha, they are under my control. I am not under their control. Kenachit kvachit drishta. No one has seen that I am being controlled by them. But premnastu aham adhina. But I am under the control of prema, which these people have. So I am under their control, and that Varuna was worshipping me. So how great are these Vrajvasis? Because whom they are thinking he is great, this Varuna, he worshipped Krishna. And Krishna is running around all these Vrajvasis, pleasing them, is related to them. And they think that way they want to see Mukti or Vaikuntha. So kincha muktau khalu brahma eva asvadyate. And in the mukti, what is that experience? First of all, who experiences it? This talk that there is Brahmananda, nobody has ever experienced it. Has anyone experienced Brahmananda? Ever? So because to experience Brahmananda, you have to become Brahmananda. When you become Brahmananda, then what is the experience? But you talk like that. So he says in Mukti you only have taste of Brahman, Brahma eva asvadyate. And what is that Brahma? Yasya prabha prabhato jagadanda koti, koti swakil. So it is only a prabha. Yasya prabha prabhato jagadanda koti. So this is just a little light, tad Brahman Niskalam, that Brahman who is Niskala without any parts, Nantam, in just a little glow from Krishna's body, and Govindam Adi Purusham. Ityatra tad Brahman Niskalam Anantam, iti Brahma Samhita Ukte. And then Krishna himself said, Brahmano hi pratistham amritasya vyasya. That I am the pratishtha of Brahman, means I am the support. Brahman is not independent of Krishna. It is only part of him. Iti madukte madiyam mahimanam cha parbrahma iti shabditam. This was also spoken by Matsya Avatar to King Satyavrata, that my Mahima is called Brahman, my glorious. Iti madansa Matsya Devoktescha. This is spoken by Matsya Avatar, who is my Amsa, my part. Madhyam nirvishesham vyapakam atindriyam jyotireva. So what is this Brahman? It is nirvishesha. Nirvishesha means it does not have any variety in it. There is no vishesha there. And it is vyapak. It is all pervading. So there is no end to it. Once you are in it for good. Because there is no beginning or end of it. And it is atindriya. It is beyond sense perception. So yata vacha nivartante aprapte manasa saha. Tatriya Upanishad also says that speech does not reach there. So ahameva yasya prema karanaka aswadi vishayibhuta madhurya putradi ruptaya sada vartev. And that person, that me, means who is this me? Aham, that me, whose light is Brahman, whose glow is Brahman, whose part is Brahman, who is Nirvishesha, manifestation is Brahman. I am here, the cause of his love, as his son, Putradi Ruptaya, always existing. But now he wants to see Brahman. Brahman is playing in his courtyard. Brahman is sitting in his lap. Brahman is playing with him. But he does not see this. So therefore he says, Prema Karnak Ashwada Vishay Bhutam. I am the object of his love. Tatha, so this is as far as Krishna is concerned. Then about Vrindavan, he says, Aho Madhupuri Dhanya Vaikunthacha Gariyasi Dinam Ekam Nivasena Krishna Bhakti Prajayate Iti Padmokter Mathura Mandal Madhyavarti Idam Vrindavanam Vaikuntad api Shreshtham Yasya Nivastaya Sada Vartate. So this Mathura Mandal in which Vrindavan is there as part of it, this is superior to even Vaikuntha. And these people are always here in Vrindavan, and I am always in Vrindavan. But they want to see Brahman. So this is the illusion. This is their Brahma. Nacha Mahapralepi asya kachit kshiti. So this Vrindavan is not destroyed even in Mahapralaya. As it is said in Gopal Tapani Upanishad, Bhugol Chakre Saptpuriyo Bhavanti Tasam Shakshad Brahma Gopal Purihi. So in this Bhugol Chakra, in this whole conglomeration of the various luminaries, there are 7 Puris. 7 Puris are there. Ayodhya, Mathura, Kasi, Kanchi, Ravantika, Puri, Dwaravati, Chaya, Sapteta, Moksha, Daika. There are 7 Puris which give liberation. So Mathura Puri, Jagannath Puri, right? Kasi, Ayodhya Puri, Dwarka. So among them, this Vrindavan is Sakshat Brahma Gopal Puri. This is called Gopal Puri, the place of Gopal, who is Sakshat Brahma, Brahman personified. Yatha Sarasi Padmam Tishtati Tatha Bhumyam iti Gopal Tapnishvate. Just like there is lotus flower on the water, although it is in the pond, but it does not touch the water, it stays above it, or in the leaves are there, they don't get wet. Like that, Vrindavan is part of earth, but still it is not part of it. So it's situated like that according to Gopal Tapani. Prakrite pralaye prapte vyakte avyaktam gate pura Shishte Brahmani Chinmatre Kalmaya Atigekshare Brahmanandamayo Loko Vyapi Vaikuntha Sanjitaha Nirgono Anadyanantasya Vartate Kevalekshare Iti Brihad Vamana Vakyach. And then there is this statement from Brihad Vaman Purana that when the time of complete dissolution happens, Prakrite Pralaye Prapte. Prakriti means the creation of Prakriti. So it gets dissolved. Vyakte, avyaktam gate, all the manifest goes into unmanifest. So this happened in the past, Gatepura, So Shishte Brahmani Chinmatre. Only Brahman remained, which was pure consciousness. Kal Mayati Gayakshare. It is beyond time, beyond Maya, and it is imperishable. So at that time also Vaikuntha was there. Brahmananda Mayo Loko Vyapi Vaikuntha Sangita. So although everything else got dissolved, but Vaikuntha remained, and this Vaikuntha is all Vyapi, Sarvyapi, all pervading, and it is Brahmanandamaya. It is made of the bliss of Brahman. It is Nirguna, free from any material gunas. It is beginningless, endless. Vartate Kevale Akshara. It exists in the imperishable. So this is about the abode. So first he explained about Brahman and how he is superior to all this. And he talks about how Vrindavan is so great and it is eternal, superior even to Vaikuntha. Tadapi muktim mukti vaikuntha lokau adrishta charattvadeva yallabdhum spihati tadenam tau samprati sakshad upalambhayami. So although the situation is like this, but still Brajvasis, they want to have experience of mukti and experience of vaikuntha loka. Adrishta charattvadeva, because they have never seen it. They are so high, they never come down. So he has to take them down. Just like Krishna was driving the chariot of Arjuna on the battlefield, and then when Krishna was speaking Bhagavad Gita, then Arjuna said, I want to see your form, that Vishwarupa. So then what did Krishna say? That you cannot see me with these eyes. I have to give you Dadami Divyam Chakshute. I have to lower down your level of prema, then only you can see. Because the amount of prema which you have now, with that you cannot see this form. To see that form, you have to come down. Sometimes you are very high, you cannot see things. Come down, you see. So these Brajvasis, their love is so high that they never see what is Brahmananda. So therefore he has to bring them down. That is the Divya Chaksha. And then they can see. So that's what he says, that Adrishta Charatvade, because they have never seen. Yallabdhum sprihati, therefore they desire to have an experience of it. So for that reason, I will give them this experience. Tadenam tau samprati sakshad upalambhayami. Atra janoyam brajvasi avidya kam karambhir uchavachasu devatriyagadishu brahman punah punah paryatan swam gatim maya dasyamanam muktim vaikuntha sthitim cha na vedai iti ko vyakhyanam na ghatte. So therefore if somebody explains this verse in this manner, that these people, these Brajavasis, because of avidya, kam and karma, ignorance, material desires and bondage to karma, they have been wandering in higher and lower positions to higher and lower places, sometimes becoming deva, sometimes becoming animals and so on. And in this way, rotating again and again, they do not know their own gati, means they don't know themselves, who they are. So it says, Swam gatim maya dasyamanam muktim vaikuntstitim na veda. They don't know what is mukti and what is vaikuntha, which is given by me. So he says this type of explanation is improper. Somebody says like this is wrong. Why? व्रजवासिनो नंदादहे कृष्णे पुत्रादि भाववतो नित्य सिद्धत्वादेव avidya काम कर्म घटित संसारो न संभवेत. Because all these Brajvasis, they are eternal associates of Krishna. They are eternal perfected beings. Nanda Maharaj, all other Brajvasis, because they have eternal bhav towards Krishna as their son, as their friend, etc. So there is no possibility for them to be influenced by avidya and then material desire and then bondage to karma. All this is not possible for them, because Krishna himself says that anyone who surrenders to me becomes free from Maya. Tesam aham samudharta mritya sansara sagarat bhavami na chirat partha. So those whose minds are fixed on Krishna, he uplifts them. Mame veya prapadyante maya me tam taranti. So where is the possibility of Maya influencing these Vrajvasis who are completely absorbed in him? So therefore their samsara is na sambhavet, not possible. Yaduktam, as it is said, tasam aviratam krishne karuvate nam sutekshanam na punah kalpate rajan sansara jnana sambhava. So tesam means all these gopis and cows. So the tasam and the gopis, krishne kurvati nam sutekshanam, all these senior gopis, they were seeing Krishna like their child. So therefore there is no possibility that they can have any ajnana. So na punah kalpate rajan samsara jnana sambhava. So samsara, the material bondage, is not possible to them because that comes out of avidya, and avidya cannot come to them. Nacha mukti vaikuntha sthityorapi dasyamanatvam. Also, it does not deserve that they will be given mukti or vaikuntha. That's not. Why is that? Because Brahma himself astonished, he was astonished what Krishna will give to these Vrajvasis. Esam ghosha nivasinam utbhavan kim deva ratetina cheto vishwaphalad phalam tadaparam kimapyan muhiyati sadve sadivs putanapi sakla tvamiva devapita yadhamat priya atmatani. So what will you give to these cowherd people? He was asking Krishna, Bhavan kim deva ratetina. Says, what are you going to give to them? Krishna said, what is the problem? He said, because I don't see anything higher than you. So vishwaphalat phalam tvadaparam kutrapyan muhiyati. My mind bewildered. Says, because you gave yourself even to Putana, so it is improper that you give yourself to them. As Putana came to kill you, Sadveshad, she was only dressed like a cowherd. These are actually cowherds. In their house, their family, their children, their wealth, prana, ashaya, stvatkrite, everything is for you. They are so dedicated to you. So what will you give them? So that's why Krishna says that I am indebted to them. There is nothing. Na pariyeham nirvadya sanyajam. It is not possible. So therefore he says that iti brahmokter eva iti akhilam putna vadhante sayuktikam vyakhyatam drashtavyam. He says, we have already explained this earlier, so please see the description there with proper logic which has been explained. Yes, Purushottam Prabhu, you have some question?
Yeah, I have a question. I mean, it does explains that in the end, but in the beginning when he says they have a sansaric anubhava, or they are thinking sansaric, so if they are nitya parikar, they will not have any sansaric experience or anything. So why is it Brahma is mentioned here?
What do you
What's
mean?
the,
What do you mean they don't have sansaric anubhava? They don't see people dying? They don't see people...
not in if they are nitya parikar, they will not see anybody is dying there. What is the sense of nitya parikar there?
So then what is the sense of calling it Rāsa-līlā? Why is it Rāsa-līlā then?
I don't know.
Okay, so know it now. That they know what is death, what is birth, what happens, how people go. They are just part of earth at that time when they come here. It's not...
So it's just like Krishna, so when they die, they also go to that Atprakat form in Nitya Leela.
Yeah, they are living, suppose they are living here in Vrindavan. So now you think that Vrindavan is completely airtight, nobody will come outside Vrindavan into Vrindavan? And if he comes, everybody will look at him in a very strange manner. Who is this guy? From where is he coming? He's talking strange things, speaking strange language, talks about
Those
death.
who are coming from outside, they are no Nitya Parikara, but those who are living in Vrindavan.
Yeah, but when they deal with them like normal people. My point is that. So that means they know. If you come to me and I know nothing about birth and death and you talk about it, what am I going to think? He says, what are you saying? And why are they fearing about death when some asura comes and they run and they face all these things, right? Fire is there and Krishna jumps into the lake, they all faint. Why should they faint if there is no death? And if they have no knowledge of death, this guy is not going to die. No matter what Kaliya does, Krishna will not die because he is immortal. But that's not true. Yashoda was...
all also experience like a samsara here, even though in that Prakat Leela, basically in that Prakat Leela.
Yes.
And all the emotions are already there in that sense. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's the meaning of Rāsa-līlā. Okay, Raghav.
One could ask why Krishna enacted his Leela on earth. I mean, if Bhagavan is visiting the material world, why he didn't went to the first class place like Śrīmad-Bhāgavata, the celestial planets, etc., and instead prepared to came here and enacted his Leela. He said that it is because of simplicity. Krishna prefers earth than the celestial planets, although those are so-called superior. Is that right?
No, you want him to do Rāsa-līlā or you want to do him Deva-līlā? Which one you want?
I mean, his topmost pastime is not any other form of arms or anything, but here in Braja, right? So therefore, he choose earth to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You want him to do Rāsa-līlā or you want him to do Deva-līlā? So in Swarga there is no Rāsa-līlā. In Swarga there is Deva-līlā. There is Aishwarya there.
But why it is that there is no simplicity then, or in the Vaikuntha relationship? Because Vaisvalya is not simple and the other is simple in Braja?
You know,
simplicity.
no, do you know what is Aishwarya or not?
A little bit.
Yeah. Tell me what is Aishwarya?
That they have the knowledge that this is God and God is much superior to me, and I should revert the reverential because of the opulence of the Bhagavan has 6 opulence, etc. So they are aware of that and therefore have not so much confidence or closeness.
Yeah, so
is
that,
what I understood.
yeah, and also opulence in the sense that there is too much of, whatever, opulence in the form of wealth, amenities, facilities, servants, all this protocol, If you visit some dignitary, like some head of the state, now there are no kings, so you cannot go and behave there like as if you are in a mall. If you have to, you met that Paco de Lucia, what is his name, your teacher? So you will talk to him just like any ordinary person, or you will talk to him in a very respectful manner.
And that is not simple, that doesn't give simplicity.
Yeah.
So is there various things that renders not simple?
No, you want to know about love or you want to know about Aishwarya, that's the point. Krishna came to show what is love. And love is not, love and Aishwarya don't go together.
But isn't the reverential mood also a kind of love, but reverential?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. But he didn't want to show kind of love, he wanted to show love.
What is this about the imitation thing? Why did you say this about this imitation?
Imitation?
Imitation. You talk about the imitation, but the imitation is very something.
If somebody wants to imitate you, then he will do better than you or not?
Probably.
Because you are you, but if he has to act like Raghava, then he will make sure my hair looks like this. You may not be concerned about your hair is your hair, but he has to imitate, he has to do it pakka, So then people may think he is actually Raghava, and if you are there, then you are not Raghava. This actually happened with that, who was that, Charlie Chaplin once? There was some competition. They were invited people to act like Charlie Chaplin. And in the final round, Charlie Chaplin himself was also there. But the guy who selected was imitation. He was so good, he was doing better than him.
You lost the contest.
Yeah. So you can lose, don't think that you are... Okay, Sandeep.
Thank you, Pandit.
So we had learned earlier that whatever path one is in, one is completely satisfied with that. So they are, even if it is not Leela, so they are having that prema with Krishna, and they are internally they are completely satisfied with that prema. So okay, because of Navlila, they know people are dying, so they may get a desire, keep what happened to me after death. But if one is completely satisfied with a particular relationship, then rather than asking that if I go to Vaikuntha or if I go where after my death, should it not be that even if I die, will I be with you? Should not that be the question?
Yeah, the problem is that you are not understanding what it means to be Nar-Līlā. You people think too much in your head. You should also try to imagine the actual situation, how people live. Maybe you have never lived in a village. So you are all just thinking that this is theory and the Anyabhilashita Sunyam and Krishna is this and we are bhaktas, they have sthai bhav. These are all theoretical things, Think of how it is practically executed. Think how you live with people, with your family members. So they have, your father has a sthai bhav towards you that you are his son. And you have a sthai bhav towards him that he is your father. But now this does not mean that now this is my sthai bhav and I am completely satisfied. I am not going to ask him this question. No, they are just people, they are living. Like any other person who will think like this, what happens to me when I die? Or a Jyotish comes, you start asking, what will happen? They are not thinking, Krishna is the object of my love, we are all devotees of Krishna. They are not thinking like that Krishna is the object of their love. They love him, but it's not that they have studied Bhakti Sandarbha and they know everything what you know. And they're thinking like that. That's not what they're thinking. It's just like a village life. How people live in village, It's just natural. It's nothing extraordinary for them. Loving Krishna is not something extraordinary, or they did some sadhana, it became like this, and they know the past, then in the past I was like this, but now I love Krishna, and it is only Krishna I want. They want Krishna, but as he said that this is by the Leela Shakti. If you remember, Leela Shakti Prerana Vashadeva Sampurna Sarvagyatva Dayat. That Leela Shakti inspired them to speak like that. So this is nothing unusual.
So just one small point, like even in normal, although we don't have that kind of love or spiritual feeling, still in material this thing, whenever we have some affection, very great affection for someone, we generally say that जीने मरने में हम एक साथ हैं.
Yeah, but that you say, but will it happen? You say that when you are in family, you have loving, you say, we want to be together life after life. But will it actually happen?
No.
You don't know. So that's what they want to know. It's not that they are not saying we don't want to be with you. When they will actually see that Krishna is there, they will be so thrilled. Oh, really? We will all be together. They will be so happy. You will see that. So they just want to know, okay, what's our swam gating? Where are we going?
Thank you.
Okay, any other question? Yeah.
Still, I understood that here in the commentary that he said that they are actually superior. They're just not aware of it, right? So I would think that just like we cannot think of mukti because we are so absorbed in our body and everything else. They normally can't think of mukti because they're just so absorbed in Krishna and they
don't think of mukti in this. They don't think that they are even qualified for mukti. Because they think that mukti means you have to take sannyas, you have to do sadhana, then you will get mukti. But we guys, we are just going and tending cows. We are village people. How can we get mukti? That's how they think. So they are very curious. Is it possible? You have to think their mindset. You just think normal. I mean, you have been to a lot of Bengal villages. How people live there,
It's hard to understand their simplicity unless you...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, unless you live with them, it's difficult to understand. Because we get too much in our head and theorize, Say that way. It's not like that. That's why Krishna is just running around there, doing all these things. You'll think, well, Krishna comes, everybody should become alert. There's nothing like that. Okay. All right, we'll stop.